but it didn't work for us. Hey guys, it's Maymay and my trusty sidekick.
Old Vinny's here along with our helper Shenanigans, the other sidekick. Glad that you guys joined us on Thursday afternoon for the live show.
This
Hope
says
that
there's
you
an error.
guys-
1 second. This says there's an error. What do you got over there?
Keep rolling.
It says an error occurred. Please try again later. Like it didn't go at all.
It looks like it's good here.
Are you serious?
Looks live.
Like I got a complete
Yeah.
black screen.
We on.
Sorry. Go ahead, Vinny.
Anyway, we're glad you guys joined us today. If you haven't already done it, be sure to click that red button and subscribe. Help us reach our goal of 400,000 subscribers in 2022. Now, we just hit a milestone today and passed 350,000 subscribers. So we got a long way to go to get there before the end of the
Can
year.
I get-
I know you guys can do it.
Can I get crowd sound? I'm so excited about that, y'all. I can't even tell you. That's a very, very exciting thing for me. So
But anyway, all the products that you're going to see today, you can purchase at www.MaymayMadeIt.com if you see something that you like. And help us out. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoy what you see today, because we appreciate those too. Maymay, get it going.
we're going to get started in just a second. I don't have a monitor. Y'all do, so I got to get myself a monitor or I'll never be able to do this with you guys. So give me 2 seconds and I'm going to have that hopefully fixed.
My mic is not on. Thank y'all for telling me.
Let me see if I'm fixed. Feels like it's trying to fix. Yay, I have a monitor. I can see what we're doing now. Good deal. OBKB. Who knows where that's from? So, all the cameras messed up, but it's fine. Go ahead and take us to to our hands here. Good deal.
We there.
Okay, I do need that back.
Oh, baby.
So, there's this thing.
Can y'all hear me now? Sorry about that.
There's this thing that I did ages ago with stamps. So Tuesday night, us doing that Thursday Night Live has got me completely messed up. Tuesday night, this Tuesday night, we did a 1-layer stamping situation. And I love 1-layer stamping. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I'm a lazy crafter. I know you probably don't believe that from my channel because I bring you guys some pretty detailed stuff, but that's because that's what you want. I am a lazy crafter. So I love when my stamps do the work. Well, I also love these kind of stylized looking cards that usually take a lot to get them done. And this one I'm going to do today, sometimes the process looks real bad, okay? Sometimes the process looks real bad when you get started, but it will look better. Good job, Carol. It is from Bill Cosby. I don't know if I want to show you the finished product. Here's why. I want you to see how bad this looks as it gets going. I want you to see it, okay? So let's do that. So let's get started. We're using a couple stamp sets. Let me show you what we're using. I did not prepare myself for that. We're going to use ornamental greetings. And I'm going to use glistening once again for all of the greenery and stuff. I would use Fond Noel, but you guys bought it out. But this is a good thing. If you got Fond Noel the other night before it went away, it's coming back. But before it went away, you can use this one if you have it. I'm going to use this one since I need to show you something else, another way to do it. Okay. Y'all, I'm sorry. That tickle just started. And oh, good. You're prepared. We might have to refill that one.
It's probably a little watered down too. It's breakfast.
I'm going to do like, I don't want to say faux watercolor. It's not faux watercolor, okay? It's just not. Thanks, Penny and Emily and James. It's not faux watercolor, but we're going to pretend like it is, okay? We're just going to pretend like that. I really don't know what to call it, but here's what we're going to do. So your stamps have a stamp side and a sticky side, or they have the image side and the flat side. We're going to stamp using the flat side today. I did this years ago, and I really love how it looks. So I want to show you this process. Again, you just got to bear with me, okay? So here's what I'm doing. I'm sticking this stamp to my block upside down. So the image side is down on my block as if I were going to stamp my block with the image, but we're not. I want the back of it I want the flat side up. Now this one works really well for this. Some of these stamps don't stick really well because they're fine line images. This one works good because I can push the center down, and I kind of want to do that. Not the whole center, just the very center. And you can see here, I don't know if it'll help with my hand there or not, but you'll be able to see where it's sticking there in the middle. And where it's not sticking, don't stress. When we go to put ink on it, it'll help. Okay, so also in the spirit of all these pastel colors everybody's doing right now, we're going to do that. I'm going to do a pink and green today, or pink and green, pink and blue. Some people will call this blue. Warm breeze and
It is so blue on screen.
charming pink. Okay, all right. Are you ready? Trust the process. That's what the thumbnail says. I'm going to ink this guy up. Now I want to show you real quick. If I just go like that, because of the way I press this guy to my stamp block, you can see I'm just getting this kind of halo, which is good. That's what I want, but I do kind of want to play with that a little bit. Now, the reason I want to show you this is when you're doing this with your stamps at home, you're going to get something different from this, okay? And don't worry about doing this. It does not hurt anything. It will not hurt your stamps in any way. The only thing I will say that you will want to do is you want to clean your stamps afterwards with soap and water and let them air dry. Now, here's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to take this ink pad and I'm going to take the edge, that little line right there, and I'm going to tap that line around this image. I'll show you why, and I'll bring it up to the screen for you to see what this did. And you can do it a lot or a little or whatever. And here's what you got to know. This whole stamp is not going to touch the page when I put it down. Some of the stamp at a certain point, what is that?
Claves.
Concaves in. Is that right? So some of the stamp goes into the center, so it's not all going to touch. But can you see all the little striations we added to the edges by doing that with the ink? Okay. Now what I want to do, I'm laying this card out so that it looks like I have two ornaments dropping from a tree. There'll be one here and one here. I'm going to start with the one down here in the corner to kind of establish my corner. And listen, you want to make sure you've got your paper in a corner of your mat and try to get as straight as possible. And it's weird because you're looking at your stamp upside down. Now press, okay? Again, you're not going to see every bit of that ink because at some point it goes back into the middle. But look, okay, you got to trust the process. Are y'all trusting me?
That looks like an engagement ring.
It does kind of look like for a giant. Like, are you trusting me? You got to trust this process. See what adding the little, see how they don't go all the way? And you can see where the ink is left on my stamp. See that? Because it drops into the center. But I think it's pretty with that little edge. Now we're going to do the other color. Now I would suggest you start with your lightest color and then go to your darkest color. Oh, my squeaky clean has what? Here it is. So start with your lightest color, then do your darkest color next. Because that way if any hangs around on your stamp, it won't mess up your image. And also mix the colors. It'll be pretty. Although I know so many of you hate doing that because it gets on your stamps, and I've heard from you. Y'all don't like when I tell you to do that, so don't do that. Okay, so now we're gonna do it again. This time with the blue. You'll really be able to see this one. All right, so if I just do that, I just get this outer ring. Now you're like, but why are you doing this? Well, here's why. Have you ever noticed that your stamps are basically designed around them to be kind of the shape of like a die? Like if you were using a die, it's that shape. It's the bleed around the stamp that we're wanting to use. Also, this really only works with stamps that will mirror image. You'll have to play in your stash and see. All right, so let's put this one down. Now, one thing I will caution you on, if you're using a stamp that doesn't touch, like this one touches in the middle, so it's a bonus. If you're using one that doesn't touch very well, be careful when you flip this over. You may have to flip and get straight to the paper so it doesn't drop off. I'm going to try to get them straight. I'm not real good about the whole straight thing, but we'll see what happens. All right, so I'm going to press this down. Oh, yeah, that's what I want. To me, it looks like, remember back in the day when TVs would cut off at midnight and you'd get that zzz, zzz, that kind of white noise? Yeah, that's what it looks like, doesn't it? To me, it does. I think it's cool. All right, now the fun part. Wow, no one is
Or
talking.
that movie called The Ring.
Is no one here anymore? Did they leave us?
No,
Are they like, I'm checking out, Maymay. You've lost me.
we got 408 people watching.
Do we?
But we
Wonderful.
ain't got but 172 likes. What's up with that?
Because this
Apparently
is
they don't
scary.
like it.
This is scary, babe.
is too serious to like so far.
This is serious. Okay, now I took him off, okay? And they do look like ring pops. I took him off, and now I'm going to load him correctly. And the bonus is, if your stamp wasn't sticking well before, it will now because you cleaned the back of it. Now, let me caution you about something. When we put this on the other way around, okay, we pushed that middle in. Because we did that, we're going to end up getting kind of an air bubble right here. So press that middle down. Make sure that center is pressed onto your block so it doesn't get in your way. Then when you ink it, see I've got air bubbles I'm pushing out of there. I can see them. Then when you ink this one, I'm going to ink it in black because I want it to pop. Okay? When you ink, just kiss the ink. Lay it across the top. We're not trying to get down inside of there. Just kiss it on there. Okay? I do love this stamp. This is an oldie from my stash, but it's one of my absolute favorites. And if y'all don't have it, this one right here is worth the price of admission. This one right here covers the whole front of a card. You can make your cards so fast. And there's videos from back in the day of me using it. It's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to put this guy right here. Now again, now we're going to stamp on top of that. So we're treating it like it was an SVG or a die cut. Okay. And you'll do a better lineup job because you'll be able to get your head over. I probably did a little bit then too, did I? I tried not to. But now look at that. I'm going to bring it up. Let me stamp the other one. And I'll bring it up to you. Who loves that sound? I do. Tappity tap tap tap. I don't feel like these are very straight. But also some of that hides in the finished thing. They do look like ring pops to me too. All right, let me close this up so I don't put my arm in it. Let me bring this up to you guys. Tell me if I'm there.
You are there.
Look how cool. It looks sort of like we watercolored. Sort of. Now, I will tell you something. If you're playing with distress inks, I'm not today, I'm using pigment. But if you're playing with distress inks and you do have watercolor paper and you do this technique on watercolor paper, you could take your watercolor brush, you know, your Aquaflow brush. I got it right, Aquaflow. And you could spread this. Okay? I don't love to do that. It's not me. It's not my thing. Now we're going to go back to that stamp set. And that stamp set has these gorgeous sentiments that go inside. They all fit inside. And I'm going to use the ones that say, Merry Christmas. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And then we are going to use another one. Maybe not from that stamp set. We might go to glistening once again for the other one. So Merry Christmas. This stamp set, y'all. Seriously. This one will say Merry Christmas. Just like that. Look. This one will say it's the most wonderful time of the year. Just like that. Isn't it pretty? It gives those, I'm going to zoom. Tell me when it's too much. How's that?
Good.
It gives it that highlight without the highlight. But I'm telling you, if you do this and you look at that first time you lift this up, you're going to be like, oh, this is not going to work. And some of you might have thought that. But look how pretty all that striation of color. I don't know a better word to use for that. You know how it just, what would you call it? The texture we added on the edges. Look how pretty that is. Somebody would get this and go, how did you do that? Because you can tell that's not painted. Does that make sense?
Okay.
I think it's so pretty. Let's go to glistening. So here's glistening once again. And we'll see which one I want to use. That says the same thing. This says it's the most wonderful time of year. Although it's been said, glistening with good tidings to you and your kin is cute. We'll get to that in a second. Well, let's go ahead and put our sentiment down. Oh, I like Meet Me Under the Mistletoe. Too many sentiments, you might think it's too much on the front. When I'm done, just keep going. Just keep going and let's see. It could be. I've been known to do too much. Shannon, what was that face? You think it's too much somewhere?
No, somebody asked, can we use our impressible to apply the stamp instead of fingers as my hands hurt?
You can. All it'll do is slow you down, and that's not a big deal. That's the only reason I don't always do that is because of being on camera. But at home, it's just allow yourself more time to play in the craft room. Oh, that's a terrible thing to have to do, right? Give yourself more time in the craft room. So see, I put Meet Me Under the Mistletoe there, and now watch. I think this is fun. I'm going to get some blocks, and we're going to pull out a couple of greens. I'm going to get rid of my pinks. Pull out a couple greens. Y'all, the way these suction down is what keeps them wet for so long. Keeps them staying good and juicy. All right, I'm going to pull some of the frondy bits from this set. I really might just use this one. I may just use this because it's mistletoe, and we said the sentiment mistletoe. So I may just use that. I don't know what we're going to use. We're going to play a little bit. And here's another one that's kind of frondy.
So could you color with the Nuvo markers on to color the back if you don't have colored ink pads?
Not with the Nuvos because they're alcohol, and they won't. They will stain your. They'll just stain your stamp and not come off. But with a watercolor, with something water based, a lot of people do that with water based stuff. Let me do one more thing first too. I'm gonna sit these, y'all. It's been a minute since I did my sample, but let me show y'all this. Okay, I'm gonna caution you because I'm real bad at this. Okay, I'm gonna use a pencil first, but I want to make my lines for my ornaments. And here's what I have noticed, because I've made these kinds of cards forever. What I've noticed is, if you do a swirly line, unless you're really good at that swirl, to me it doesn't look as good as just a stick straight line. And the reason I say that is because if you were hanging an ornament on a string, it would pull the string straight. So it looks really good to me with a really stick straight line. But the way you find the center, I'll show you in a minute what I'm talking about. The way you find the center is go up here to your little loop and eyeball the middle here first. Give yourself a little pencil mark at the top of your ornament where you feel the center is. If you don't do this, you will be sad, okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my ruler on that center mark, and then I'm going to try my best to line it up off the paper on my grid so that I'm straight. I'm telling you, spend the time getting this straight. It looks better when it's just stick straight. See that? And you won't see that in a minute. You won't see all of it. But it does matter right now. Straight as a poker, my daddy used to say. I don't even know. Is that like a fire poker? Is that what he was talking about? I don't know. Straight as a poker. There we go. All right. Now then. Back to the greens. Batman. Okay. Let's start with this. Let's start with the mistletoe. Meet me under the mistletoe. That is not how that song goes. Now watch. I'm stamping on and off. Matter of fact, I'll do this because I don't want to get it everywhere. Not the big face. Let's do this side. Okay. No, am I on camera still? Because
Yes,
now I've
you
lost
are.
myself. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp on and off. So I'm going to come right here, and I just want to get some leafy bits here. Like, oh, that's cute. I like this mistletoe. Then I'm going to turn it and come in this side. Look at that, y'all.
You're getting really good at this.
No, I just love this so much. This is my thing. I love to do this. I would prefer just to do one layer cards than multiple. I'm always that way. It's my fave. Then look, I thought this was pretty. When I did my little sample, I came around the side too, because imagine we're taking a picture of these ornaments in a tree. It doesn't look bad. Keep going. Keep going. Look at this one.
Trust the process.
That's it. You have to trust the process. Now that was dark green. Now I just want to soften it with a light green, and I'm going to use this one from the set. And so like right here, I'm going to add a different texture. Not cool.
Mm-hmm.
I may not add, I like the shape over there, so I think I'll add a little texture here. Just to mix it up a little bit. And you can go too far. I have a habit of it. Like I could stop right here. I should stop right here. And if people love me, they'd tell me to. But look, I'm not stopping. I'm going right here. Now I'm stopping. I should have stopped. But isn't this pretty? Let me get this off of here.
It's pretty.
I think it's so pretty. Now, can you ink the edges of this? You can. I'm in a non-inking phase. I go through inky and not inky. Let me show y'all my first one. I want to show you. Is that in camera?
It's on you. If you go down just a little bit. There you go.
And we're good here?
Yep.
Look, this is my test one.
Good.
And I did this one using Fond Noel. So you can just see the difference in the greenery. But I gotta be honest, I think I like the mistletoe better. But it was my first one I did. And I also want to show you this. In the first one, I didn't do the little liney striations, but I really liked how it was looking where there was some ink in places it shouldn't be. So I leaned into it on this one. Does that make sense? Let me show you. When I looked at this when it was finished, I really liked the brokenness of the edge. Brenda calls it negative space. I really liked how some of the ink was leaving some negative space. So I did this one, and then I thought, I'm going to lean into that, and that's when I added the dot, 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 or the little lines. What do you think?
I love it.
You like them?
I do.
I think they're cool. I think they're beautiful. And you can see how many sentiments we can use at one time. Also, on that stamp set, I will show you this. I did not use it, but you can. You get the ribbon, and you could stamp the ribbon on, which is beautiful. Oh, am I too zoomed to know I'm good?
No, as long as you move it around, you're good.
I'll go like that.
I can see most of it.
So you have this little loopy one and you have this one. And the reason we have them here is because I'm the worst at hand drawing them. I can hand draw a straight line, but I can't hand draw these, so we gave it to you in a stamp. But isn't that pretty? And there's other little pieces you can use here and there to go inside these guys. I love this technique. So now when you look at your stamps, what I want you to look at is what stamps mirror. That's one big important thing. It needs to mirror. Why is that? Because if it doesn't mirror, do you see how these guys are stamped inside, how the bow stays inside the ink blob? It has to mirror for that to happen. Now, I say that. I have also done some other things where it's not a perfect mirror, but no one noticed it because we're working with this kind of messy background. Would y'all humor me and let me do these in red and green? Because I'd like to see them in red and green.
Humor.
You're humoring me? Thank you. I just want to see them in red and green. Do y'all mind the process again? Don't you think? I don't know. I thought I'm going to try them in that, and then we'll try red and see what it looks like. Okay, so let me find Tulip Red.
Tulip.
Ooh, I don't love this one as much as Glamorize. Let me find Glamorize. What did I do with it? There it is. Oh, Glamorous. Glamorous. Party time. It's glamorous. There's our two greens. I mean, there's our two colors. There's our Christmas colors. All right, let's do it again. Do you want me to try it on the Misti? Do you want me to show y'all? I mean, I've got time. I forget we have an hour in the show, and I try to do 30 minutes.
You've got more time.
Yeah, I know. I forget that I have time. Oh, I threw that on the ground. I forget that I have time. So let's do it in the Misti, and I'll show you just how it will just slow us down a little bit. But it's not bad. All right, so what we do, now it's very important when you're using the Misti that you have a clean stamp because you got to lay this out. Unless you can, I don't have one here, but you can lay a piece of acetate. Let me show you another trick. Let me find something. Here's something. Not a perfect one, but okay. So here, this is the card front I want to stamp on. I can take this piece of acetate and lay it on top of here so I can then not worry about it being as clean as it needs to be. And I can place this guy where I want him. And remember, I want his backside to be what is stamping. So I'm putting him upside down. I'll get him right in a second. He's not straight. That's straight. All right, so he's going to stick to this for a second, but don't stress. I'm going to flip this guy over. Oh, my acetate is too big. Never fear. We have scissors. I hate when my acetate's too big.
I was gonna say that.
You just couldn't stand it.
Listen.
So is it bad for me to say I like
Yes,
big
it is. It is
I
bad for you to
cannot
say
lie.
that. Yes, it is bad. I don't mean to do that either. Okay, so here we go. We're adults. We are adults. This is a daytime show. I guess we should have thought about that. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do
After hours.
is pick this up. I'm going to see if it'll pick up. It may not. Oh, it did. Good deal. I love whenever I pretend like I know what I'm doing and it works because, like, that's cool, right?
Woohoo! It worked.
All right, so now I'm going to peel this off, which is going to be a thing because it's sticking to the full back of the stamp. Don't move, little stamp. You need to stay there, little stamp. There we go. Not too bad. It probably moved a little. All right, so kiss that guy down as best I can. Red first or green first? I think red first because the green's going to be up near. Well, also because if I put, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Do it.
Now what I want to do, I kind of wanted to do my dashes in a different direction this time. I don't know what it'll do to the feeling of the ornament though, because the ornament feels round if I do it right. Let's do it. Let's do it the way I did it while I go. Let's do it left-handed. We'll play. What did Miss Jones say?
Oh, acetate. Oh, acetate. You're being difficult. How dare you?
All right, let's see what we get. It's going to be different every time. So in the corner, lay this down. Be impressed about it.
I'm not impressed.
Impressible. Okay, there it is. She ain't real pretty. She ain't real pretty. Now, here's where it slows me down a bit. I got to clean this guy really well. It may not really slow me down too much, is it? Because I had to do this on the last one, too.
You just have to remove,
Have to move it again, but I
Replace
had to
it.
do it there, too. I mean, I had to put it on a different... No, I didn't have to replace it.
You didn't have to reblock it.
I'm going to clean it off good, though. Because I want to just place this over there. Okay. So now we're going to place our green one. We'll put it down a little lower. About like that. This may not pick up. I may have to, see, I may have to do that. That's fine. And then pick this guy off. There we go. No big deal. Because the Misti's going to let us do the work. There's some of it there, but it won't matter because we're going to cover it up. Just going to cover it up. I don't think y'all can see the camera. See the both sides.
We got it. You're good.
Oh, okay. Ooh, that one's wanting to move, y'all. You know why? Because I didn't press the middle. That's on me. All right, got the middle pressed. I'm going to close it quick in case it pops. Good. Let's do this. Oh, I love the green. Now, why is that thicker? I can tell you exactly why. When I pressed this down, because I forgot to press it, I had a lot of ink on it, so I just pressed that little tiny center. And if you look, there's a little tiny dot pressed to the middle there, so more of the ink showed. I don't care. We're going with it. We're going to just keep going. We're going to trust the process and see what it looks like. Because ornaments look different sometimes. Light hits them different, all that good stuff. All right, so now I'm going to take this guy. Let me clean this guy. Ooh, y'all are quiet today. Sometimes when I get quiet, y'all are talking so much, it's like, I'll just wait. We had lunch.
Think of a lunch.
Yep.
Yep.
Why aren't you using your magnet?
Oh, don't need it. I'm in the corner, so. If you're, now some people use it no matter what, but if mine is in the corner, I don't stress about it too much. If I know that you know what I'm saying? If I've lined up into the corner, I just don't even worry about it. If I need it, I will. There are times I need it not to move. Like if I'm, I don't know. Now that there's so many tools, now that they've got like Misti corners and stuff, I don't really float without, if I was floating even with a Misti corner, I would use a magnet for sure. All right, so let's line this guy up. Now this will be more easy, because I can do this number. Can line it up, then I can pick it up. All right, remember I'm in the corner. Don't forget, press that center down and get your air bubbles out. And now let's go back to this one.
What that cleaner is you using?
That cleaner is Squeaky Clean Cleaner. It is my favorite cleaner. It used to be the strongest cleaner I'd ever used. It's not the strongest I've ever used anymore, but it is my favorite. There are other cleaners like the Nuvo cleaner we carry, or do we still carry it? The thing about the Nuvo cleaner is if you've got some old stamps that won't clean, get that Nuvo cleaner. It will clean.
It will clean
anything. But wear gloves with it. I don't know what it is. It's a very different product. This one works perfect for just like this. Like I don't even mind it. I probably shouldn't let it get on my hand, but it doesn't bother me. It's not like the other one. The other one, you know it's been on your hand. But we use it when we have really, really bad stamps. Like after we have open house this weekend, we'll have 100 people come through and stamp with our tags.
Next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend. We will definitely use it then, the stronger one. All right, so now I'm going to place this one down, being careful, because I didn't do a good cleaning job on that one. I just rushed it.
No one puts magnet in the corner.
Well, Maymay's is in the corner. All righty.
Yeah, I like the green one too.
Kathy, that's a good question. Yes, it does. Now, here's the deal. Her question is, does it hurt the stamps to use alcohol mixed with water to clean them? Yes. Now, I will tell you something. For many years, I didn't know that. For many years, I never paid attention to whether or not my cleaner I was using had alcohol on them. And a subscriber said to me one time I needed to be careful not to use alcohol on my stamps. Well, I contacted the manufacturer that we use to make our stamps and asked them, and they said yes. And also, lanolin. You do not want to put lanolin on your stamps, which I didn't know about either. And you know that's in a lot of wet wipes. So don't use alcohol on them. Now you're going to be like, yeah, but what about when we use StayZone? StayZone, the cleaner for StayZone has a lot of alcohol in it from what I've been told, and you shouldn't use it to clean your stamps. Whenever I use StayZone, I just wipe it off, and if it stains my stamp, it stains my stamp. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world.
A stained stamp is a loved stamp.
And it also works better.
It does.
You get better response from it because it's all the holes are filled in, all the porousness is filled in.
We've used Maymay's tag stamps so much for open houses. They're the best stamps to stamp with.
Very, very, very filled in. All right, let's do lines.
Kim,
They
you just want
ugly.
to make sure that the baby wipe doesn't have that what'd you call
Lanolin.
it, lanolin.
Lanolin. The other thing about baby wipes, I'll tell you, and if you have been using them, you've experienced this, I bet you. Baby wipes are fantastic when they first come out of the package because they're good and wet. But if you use it one time and then let it sit and go back to it, it starts to dry and the lint from the baby wipe sticks to your stamp. And back in the day, all I used was baby wipes. That's what I used to use all the time. And I would have to get tape and get the lint off of my stamps. Like a lint roller. Matter of fact, we made a lint roller for that purpose because all the lint was sticking on stamps. And the thing is, you'll know it because you'll literally have a fuzzy image. Literally, there will be fuzz. And that's why it is from your baby wipe. I'm not telling you not to use, I'm not saying baby wipes are bad. I'm just saying know that. Be prepared for that. Make sure your baby wipe is good and wet when you use it. Not dissing baby wipes. I love baby wipes. We use them all the time. Just use them today on my hands after lunch. Thanks, Shannon.
You're welcome.
Mom.
You're welcome.
When I'm in
There was
Shannon's
the
truck,
hookup.
I always I always sit on Noah's side, so the child lock is always locked on the window or the door, and I'm always like, I can't get out, Mom. I can't open the window, Mom.
Keep the kids safe.
That's what you do. Got to keep me safe too.
She plays with his toys.
Look, in my defense, if you're gonna have toys sitting next to me, you're gonna know I'm gonna play with them. If there's a Chick-fil-A cow mask, I'm putting it on. Okay.
She is, y'all.
If there's a train, I'm playing with it. If there's a plane, I'm playing with it. Poor Noah has to share his toys with me. Okay. See how pretty? Did I do the pink again? No, I did the red. No, did I pick up the pink?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I thought you got glamorous.
Oh, I did get glamorous because glamorous is the more pinky red, not that
Yes.
bright red. All right. Let's just mistletoe it. Oh, do I want to mistletoe? Let's do mistletoe with a different color. Let's use like this color. No, it's too close. Let's use this color. I don't know. I didn't think about the greens on this.
Well, green is
Green can be anything it wants to
green
be.
is green.
Oops, I did not press the middle. Look what I got.
Fail.
Yes, it's a fail.
That means you have to stamp another one over the top of it.
I'll press this time. That's not too bad. Nobody tell anybody I did that, okay? Keep it our secret. No one let anyone know. This mistletoe one of my faves. Loving it. Loving it. Purty, huh?
Beautiful.
All right, let's put a sentiment down there. What's on, what else? How about the most beautiful sight to see? Well, that's not a tree, that's mistletoe, so. Dun, dun, dun. Good tidings to you and all of your kin. And all of your kin. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. This is a fun way to spend an afternoon. Like, these cards are fun and easy and different every time. I don't know if I've ever told y'all this, but I don't like to make the same thing twice. So this doesn't feel like I'm doing that. This feels like you know that about me.
Yes.
But this doesn't feel like I'm doing that. This feels like they're different because they are different, right? This needs some more greenery up there, but moving on. Love this. All right. What do y'all think?
Beautiful.
Warm heart fuzzies. That's right. That's when they're good. Yeah, Karen. We started using, okay, so here's what happens for me. There's a lot of people that use my stamps. A lot of people. And I always just assumed, this is where you make a mistake. You assume people know how to treat your stamps, but they don't. And they won't have a way of knowing. You got to remember, the people that come to work for me are typically not stampers. I typically hire people that aren't. So, for example, Mandy. When Mandy came to us and she was designing stamp sets, she was a fantastic artist, okay? But she didn't really do much with the actual stamp. At the time when she came to work for us, she was making planner stickers. So when she started messing with the stamps, I noticed my stamps being different. I don't want this to sound bad. I noticed they were being used differently or left differently, right? Not in a bad way. You can't hurt a stamp. If you have a stamp you think is done, wash it with some warm soapy water, let it air dry, don't put a paper towel on it, nothing like that, let it air dry, and it's back to normal. But I realized, I've got to get something across the board so this doesn't keep happening. And ironically, when Shannon came to work for us, she didn't even there was no issue because I never taught her baby wipes. Like I never said, we've always used Squeaky Clean and we've always used a lint-free towel. And if it doesn't stick, we always go to the sink. So we just kind of took that baby wipe out of our kind of rotation. Now we use baby wipes to clean up ink, to clean up the glass mat, to clean up our surfaces, to wipe our hands. But we just kind of got it just because I don't like having to clean the lint off my stamps when I go to use them. Because listen, it really will get you. And I'll tell you something else. If you got a stamp and you stamp with it and go, where'd that little line come from?
It's lint.
It's usually lint. Usually lint. Oh, no, Terry. Stacy says she has a cloth like mine that will occasionally leave lint. I've not had that issue. Have you had the issue with this one leaving lint? I have not had that issue.
It leaves other stuff because at times it'll pick up paper
and
all this randomness if you drop it on the floor.
If you drop this on your floor with all your little cutty bits, or if you put it on your table with all your little cutty bits, it'll pick them up. So it will do that.
It is a magnet.
What is that? What does that say? I don't have the mouse and there's a thing in my way. What's Raggedy Ann say? Raggedy Girl.
Can you faux stitch around one and show it?
You mean like stitch line around it?
I think so.
Around the card or around the ornament?
I think the ornament, because somebody said earlier they think it'd be cute with a stitch line.
Like a dot dot dash line? Is it around the card? I mean, y'all want it around the ornament or the card? Y'all are messing with my brain? If you want to, you could add some pine needles at the top as if you were looking back into a tree. You could. That would be beautiful. So okay, she said yes. I asked too many questions.
Yes.
Ornament. Yes, ornament. So let's do the one I did first because they're cleaner. They don't have as much ink bleed going around. And you want it around, wait, on the inside or the outside? How many questions? Just faux stitch them. Come on. Inside or outside? A microfiber is great. It doesn't leave lint. Don't wash them though. I have many, so I don't need to wash them. If you do wash them, just don't wash them with fabric softener.
Always wash them by themselves. Don't throw anything.
Yeah, because everything sticks to them.
Blake uses those to dry our truck with.
The truck.
He has big ones, and you can't wash them with your other towels because your other towels have lint. Believe me, I've heard this 1,000 times. I was preached to about it because we have a black truck. Wash them by themselves.
These don't get washed. We use them till we're done with them. Inside.
They die.
I heard inside. Is it inside?
Allison said inside.
I'll do an inside and an outside. I'll just do stitches on this one.
Oh, Raggedy Girl said card.
I'll do a card too. All right, we need to start chatting it up and finish out because we've got 15 minutes of chat time. Anything we needed to share or tell or do?
Do you want to give any details on open house?
Open house is next, not tomorrow, but next Friday and Saturday from what time? 9 to 6?
9 to Or was it 10 to
10 to 6.
10 to 6.
10 to 6. I couldn't remember. From 10 to 6. And if you can come, I hope that you can. If you can come, that was really good, by the way, whoever idea that was. We have so many of the stores in town that are participating, doing what they're calling Santa Shops Chilton County. And there are things for you to do all over town. I'm going to put out a video, hopefully tomorrow, that'll have some footage from those stores and telling you a little bit more about what you can expect when you come. So I'm working on that video. I've got it about halfway edited. It was a lot of footage. So I'll have that one out hopefully tomorrow for you guys to see. And that is open house. You'll get to do 3 free make and takes with us. We've been working on those. We got some cute ones lined up for you. You'll do an ornament, you'll do a card, and you'll do a tag. And we have a special kids craft that I think you guys are going to want to do too. So we made enough for everybody. So don't worry. Like, I would want to make the kids craft. Wouldn't you?
Raggedy Girl says around the card, not
Okay.
the ornament.
I'm going to do it also. We'll do that on this one because this one's a pretty like airy one. So we'll go this way. And I'm doing stitches. I didn't do ... The reason is I can't say ... and talk at the same time.
And I do want to say this to you guys too. Everybody says they want to move to our town. We do have a great little town, but our town's just like any other town. It ain't all pretty. We just don't show you the ugly parts.
That's kind of sad.
Well, I mean,
I think our town's pretty.
it is pretty. But I mean, just like everywhere else, we got stuff that ain't good here too.
There's stuff, yeah. I mean, our town has things that you don't agree with too. Let me tell you this. Here's what I think it is. So we're very involved in our town. We get involved. There's all these little Facebook groups around town, and they all have stuff to say, and they all have negative things to say. And sometimes there are negative things in our town. There are. But then, like yesterday, before we came to work, we went and had coffee with the mayor. He does an event called Coffee with the Mayor. And this was the second one we've had in a year, I think. Second one this year? I
Who
think
did the
so.
chamber?
The chamber did, they did it first, and then he did it.
With the commissioners.
With the commissioners, that's right. So we attend those things. And when you attend those kinds of things in your town, you get more involved. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't know how your city officials are and things like that, but here's what I know. The kind of stuff our city officials put themselves through under the title of mayor, council member, commissioner, they got to do it because they love the town. You know what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't put yourself through it.
That's right.
You wouldn't, because it's really hard what they go through. So when you go and hear what's happening in your area, when you go listen to your mayor or go listen to your council, and I don't know if y'all have this, but our council live streams their meeting, our commission live streams their meeting. So if you can't be there, you can still listen. You just learn so much about what's going on. And what I really love, like yesterday was so cool because the mayor brought in his whole staff. Yes, look, I got ink because I had it on my surface and I got it on there. It's no big deal. I can erase it. He brought the whole staff in yesterday. And what I love about that, I know with my staff, pretty much my whole staff knows how our business runs all the way around. Like they know what takes time, what doesn't take time, etc. And you could look around the room, and when the mayor was saying something, all the staff's head was bobbing. Like yep.
So they had something to add on to what he was talking about.
But also they were acknowledging,
Nice. Yeah.
they see what he's saying too. No one was sitting there going, that's not right, blah, blah. So it's important that you get involved with your city, get involved with your town, find a way to. The best place you can start is your chamber. Now, I will tell you, there's some benefits to our town. We have an incredible chamber office. Our Chamber of Commerce, the 2 girls that run it, and I think I've told y'all before, so Rachel is the director, and then Brandy is her assistant, and Brandy is Clack's wife. Like, it's a small town. That's how things go here. But they're so good. So I hope you have a chamber like that. Get involved with your chamber. And you don't have to go to the chamber. Just call them. Go to their website. See what's going on. It's funny for me. I find lately that so many people on the little Facebook groups about our town are posting pictures from other cities because and here's what kills me. They're going and searching other cities, what other cities have going on, but they're not searching ours. So be careful not to do that. Check your city. Check your chamber. Look at their website. Look at their calendar events. Our city has a Facebook called Clanton Municipal Government, and they also post things that are going on. So be sure you're getting that. I don't want you to think now I'm going to tell you something. Our city is different. It is different. We're doing some things that I don't know that other cities do. I mean, we're really trying. we're really shooting for the Hallmark feel, I think. It really does feel like that.
Well, and your direction has helped with that a lot, too.
But I think the mayor has such a good vision for.
Oh, he does.
He wants a warm,
And-
cozy environment too. He's into it too. Or his
Someone
staff.
asked about the size of our town. Clanton has about 8,000
I think we're
people
closer to
in the
9
city
now.
limits, between 8 and 9,000. And then we have about 16 or 18,000 in the county altogether. Is that about right?
In the county, no, 43,000, I think.
43,000 in the county, in our whole county. So if you live in a city that has 82,000, your
So-
city has a lot more than our whole county does.
Tina said, I moved to Clanton on October 9th. I love it here. Now I will love it more now that my belongings are being delivered right now. I'm so glad your stuff's being delivered, Tina. That is something. Tina moved here, after watching our shows and things. And I'll tell you something. I hope I've given you an accurate description of Clanton. And I feel like I have. I don't feel like there are things in Clanton that are not the greatest. We have roads that are bad. We don't have a lot of fast food joints. We don't have a lot of corporate like every day you hear somebody saying, bring us a Chick-fil-A. Like we don't have a lot of that stuff. But get involved with your town. I really do want you to. And the people who visit us will see, but a lot of that is your administration and knowing your administration. And you might be surprised about your mayor. Some people will think, it depends on your town. Of course, in Montgomery, we had this too because, so the mayor of Montgomery, when we lived there, was my dad's good friend. Like they were good friends. So we also, I guess maybe that's where it came from me to listen to the mayor and hear what he's got going on because, we knew what was happening in Montgomery too because Dad was friends with the mayor and he went to meetings and he was very involved and et cetera, et cetera. So I guess that's what it is. Anyway, all that to say, don't be disillusioned because we have our issues. We have our issues. This is an A2 card. Now, this one is a scrap. This was the one I did for Tess, so it was just a scrap on. You know what size it is. But these are the first mat for an A2. So these are 4 by 5 1/4, and then they would go on an A2. Yeah, Karen, I'm going to tell you something. I would think being on the council is rough. I would think it is. I don't know. I don't know. True, you can. You guys are right. Mama Disney's trying to get less involved so she can have more crafting time. I get it. So if you can come to Holiday Open House, you'll have a really good time. We have a lot going on. We'll have 4 vendors here. Is it 4 or 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4. 4 vendors here. We'll have, that's one thing too. If you're not from here and you're really interested, Billy Singleton is an author in our town and he's written 2 books about Chilton County. And his latest book released in October, and we were able to secure him to do a book signing here during our open house. I'm very excited. I'm ready to get the book. So he'll be set up out in the lobby. We have Grit and Grace coming, which is a super cute jewelry company. And by the way, if you can't come, Grit and Grace has a Facebook. You can go check out their Facebook if you want to order something from them. Renee's Jazzy Jewels. She does the ring bomb parties, the fizz parties. Also, you can catch her on social media, Renee's Jazzy Jewels. And 1, 2, 3. Clack is going to be outside. I'm going to be in trouble. Clack's going to be outside with the Clack Shack. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of everything. So I hope y'all can come to that.
Are we gonna have a husband seating spot?
There is always a resting spot. We make sure of that. We'll have some resting spots in the classroom. We'll have some in the hallway. We have a little seating area on the other side it's for anyone. You'll be surprised who needs to rest. People always need to rest and sit. There'll be snacks. There'll be refreshments. There'll be crafting. And on one of those days, even Vince might be leading a craft. He don't know it yet. Can I have your drink?
Yeah, I just heard that news.
You didn't know it. 2,500 people is a tiny town. He's the city mayor. So in our county, how many cities are in our county? Clanton, Thorsby, Jemison, Maplesville, Verbena, Isabella. So there's 6 cities in our county.
Maplesville, Isabella, Thorsby, Jemison, Verbena, Clanton. Yeah, 6.
And each one of them has a mayor. No, Verbena does not have a municipality.
I don't think Isabella.
Isabella
doesn't
have a municipality. Maplesville does.
Yes.
So the ones who are a municipal, how do you say that? A municipality,
municipality, yeah.
they have mayors. So this is our mayor. And then we are the county seat because we're the largest city in the county. I think I'm saying all that right. I don't know. Their town of Old Fort has 795 residents.
Within the town limits.
Wow. I wonder what our town, well, county is county. So Mary, I hate you've been missing my lives. Wow, we only have one for our county. Oh, for the county? You have a county mayor? Our county, how does that work? We have a county courthouse. We have a commission. That's right. We have a county commission. That's how they do it. That's how they do it.
I feel like we should be going. Population 276.
Salute. Y'all have a county mayor? That's interesting. I guess we have a we have a head commissioner. He's not called head commissioner. He has a title.
Chairman.
Chairman of the commission. So that would be that, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. My father grew up in Finger, Tennessee. Population 276. Salute. Gotcha.
That's what I was saying.
You guys are so cute. So that's what we got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. There's a lot coming up. Y'all be with us. Be hanging around. On Saturday, little sneak peek Saturday, you get the mini album that we made at the Crafting in the Country event. And Taylor has been holding those supplies. She will put those products in the store Friday. Now, she's going to put them in the store Friday because she doesn't work on Saturday. So I cannot promise you when you see the video, they'll still be there. But if you go to the store Friday evening and look under new product, that's where they'll be. So she's putting in the albums, the paper. That paper is the best paper. So pretty. And any of the stuff we had to go around it. The clasp that you guys have been asking for, those will go in tomorrow. So you'll see those. I just told her to wait as close as she could to the video dropping so that hopefully the product would be there when Tamitha linked it. But I feel like you guys will buy it out because that's what y'all do. What does it say? Do you realize if Maymay made it a city, you have a population of over 350,000? I am the founder and the mayor. Mayor Maymay. Please don't start that. Please don't start that. That would be, like, not good. That would sound bad. I can be the mayor of the Made It. If I'm the mayor of the Made It, then what are you?
Husband to the mayor.
Yeah, but what's the next line in no, like in the official titles? What's like the next thing?
Assistant mayor.
City clerk. Mayor. So you be Maymay clerk. Is that the next thing? What comes under the mayor?
Whoever handles the money, that'd be my title.
Because in the city clerk. So in the presidency, it's president, vice president, but then after that, it's the
assistant to the mayor.
No, if Nancy Pelosi, what is her title?
Speaker of the House.
So then it's the Speaker of the House. Like, you know, because that's funny how that works, isn't it? I've never thought of it like that. That's funny. I want to say this to you guys. Thank y'all so much for helping me reach 350,000. Here's a little insider tip. That was my true goal for 2022, but I stepped it up because I thought, you know what? We can do this, and we still might. We still got a little over a month to get 50,000. Do I think that's going to happen? I don't. Would I be thrilled? Yes. But my goal, my real, like, if I hit this goal, I'll be shocked, was 350,000. And just so y'all know, I have this tendency lately to wake up really, really early in the morning. So like 4 a.m. I was up and I was like, I'm just going to check it. And I don't check my subscriber numbers much anymore. I used to check them a lot, but I don't usually. I checked and we were at like, we were 25 away. And I'm like, oh, 25, how long is it going to take? I don't know. And so when we went to lunch, I was in the back seat of the car. And y'all didn't know, I hadn't even told y'all I've been watching. And so I said, y'all want to see something cool? And I showed them, and we had just reached, when I looked, it was 350,005. So I'm very, very honored that you guys would consider subscribing to my channel, and it just thrills my soul. And look, it's like I tell Clack, it's just a vanity plate for YouTubers, because we don't get paid on that or anything, but it says to us you like us enough to click that subscribe button. So it really makes us feel good that we're doing something right, and that you guys are enjoying it. And it also lets YouTube know to put that video into your feed. So thank you so much, first gentleman.
Someone said it, Kathleen, I think it was, said deputy mayor.
Oh, that is the second. It's right, deputy mayor. I wonder who our deputy mayor is. We need to find out.
I don't think we have one.
Are you looking?
This, it said like next would be administrative, city
The
administrator.
CFO.
City administrator.
Or the chief administrative officer.
Now y'all gonna make me go look all this stuff up. But thank y'all so much for subscribing. You just don't know. It's such a good feeling, and every time we hit another milestone, I always go back to those first milestones where it was the first 100 and then the first 1,000. And then I think my favorite, I don't remember why we were so excited about 10,000. I think at the time, that's when you could become a YouTube partner. Do you remember? It may not have been.
That's what it was.
But we were so excited about reaching 10,000. And I always go back to that memory because Vince and I and my dad and my stepmom and maybe the boys were sitting on the back porch. And we were watching that subscriber thing go. And when it hit 10,000, Vince was like, my family's always been so excited for me. Even if I wasn't as excited, they were.
And you were asleep when we hit 100,000.
Tell that story. That's your story.
I was sitting in my chair, hitting that refresh, hitting that refresh, hitting that refresh. And you was over there sleeping.
It was like New Year's Eve, wasn't it?
I don't remember what
it was. But he woke me up. He woke me up with his phone.
It was New Year's Eve.
I think it was around New Year's Eve.
It would be chief of staff.
That would be Vinny, chief of staff.
Ours is Bob Woods.
Oh,
Mr.
nice
Bob.
to know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mr. Bob
no,
from
no,
yesterday.
yeah, okay. So Vince, I wake up on the couch to Vince with the phone in my face, going, "You did it! You hit 100,000!" And I was like, "Yay!" He had been watching all night. It was the sweetest thing. It was the sweetest thing.
Okay. Brandy's watching. She's in it too.
Brandy's like, "Let me clear this up." Okay. Oh, I didn't know that either.
I didn't either.
We have Mayor Pro Tem is Billy Singleton. I didn't know any of this.
Thanks, Brandy.
Thanks, Brandy. Speaking of, I tell the girls at the chamber that our chamber is not your grandma's chamber. They're so modern and they're so fresh and they get stuff done in such a cool way. And anyway, all right, we love you guys. We're gonna have prayer together. We're gonna let Vinny pray for us. I love to share those little stories with you. No, 100,000 is when you get the plaque, and the plaque is at my house. I need to bring it so y'all can see it. A lot of y'all probably have never seen it, but it's 100,000. But the 10,000 was really exciting too, and everyone is. But it's just exciting for me to think that we finally hit 350,000. That's so cool. You want to pray for us?
I will.
Okay.
Let's pray, guys. Hey, God, thank you for this day. I thank you for each and every person that has had an impact and that has been a part of the Maymay family. God, I thank you for them sacrificing their time to watch, to comment, to cheer us on. And God, we just praise you for them. I ask, God, a special blessing from you for each one of them, God, for what they've done, the love that they've shared with us, the financial blessings they've given us, for all of it. God, I just praise you and thank you for them. I pray, God, that we'd be mindful of those that might be struggling right now. They may have some health issues that are kicking them in the teeth. But God, I know you're able and you can do more than we can ever think or imagine. So God, help us to put our trust in you and to know, God, that you're in control and that you're taking care of things. God, help me to remember that every day, that without you, none of this is even possible. So God, we give you the honor and the praise that you deserve. And we thank you again now in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. Vince hit the nail on the head. Thank y'all so much for taking the time out of your day, out of your life, to watch me stamp paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get very reminiscent of these times when we hit moments like this, and I think I've always said to Vince, it's just crafting. But over the years, I've learned that it's so much more than that. It's so much more. But when we first started, and we would get letters and emails, and it was a lot of pressure, because I would be like, but I'm just crafting. And people would say things like, you know, I watch you in my down times when I'm not feeling good, when I need somebody to be there with me. And I get it. You know, I told you guys before, when I went through as I'm going through grief, I understood it. I needed something in my life to stay normal. You know what I'm saying? And there was something about all those people that I watched on YouTube when I would be crying my eyes out and tired of crying. I could just turn on YouTube and just zone out to the normalcy. And that's why you'll see on our channel, we try to do that. We try to just keep the day to day. Yes, there's bad things that happen in our life. There are ups and downs, but we just try to keep it where you guys can just come and enjoy it, because it's therapy for me too. And I appreciate y'all being here so much and hearing from you and talking to you about your anxiety and things that you go through. It means the world to me that God has given us this platform to be able to do this with you guys. And so we love you. I cannot say thank you enough. I'm not asking you to stop hitting the button. I'm just telling you thank you for doing it. So you can still subscribe if you want to subscribe. We love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed today. And until next time, bye now.
Bye, guys.